What's up everyone, Clay here, and I know some of you, or most of you, or maybe even all of you, have experienced this at some point in your gaming life. You buy a brand new game that you are so excited and you can't wait to play, and just as you sit down to start playing it, you get a phone call from an old amiibo hunting buddy. Hey Drew, what's up, man? Hi, nothing much, buddy. How are you? Hey, listen. I hope you don't mind, but I spoofed Drew's number just to try to get you to answer. Yeah. Kind of figured that one out. Okay, great. So anyway, what are you doing right now? I'll tell you what. I just sat down and I was starting to play Bug Fables. It's supposed to be like the older Paper Mario. Okay, go. Listen. I want you to go pick up Crosscode right now. No questions asked. Just do it. Okay? Bye. Yeah, sure. Okay, I buy Crosscode, I guess. Okay, let's check out Crosscode. I love this visual stuff. Oh. Hey Scott, how you been, man? Hey man, it's me again. You're not Scott. Nope. Anyway, are you playing Crosscode yet? Yeah, dude, I'm just loading it up right now. It looks really awesome. Yeah, no, it's great, but you should go pick up Paper Mario and the Origami King. It literally just came out, and somebody on Twitter gave it a B tier status for Paper Mario games, and then someone else just completely hated it, so it's gotta be great, right? Alright, okay, fine. Okay, so good news, I got the last copy of Paper Mario Origami King that they had. Bad news, I also bought all of this. I don't have time for any of that. Wow, let's talk about that backlog. In all seriousness, backlog is something that most likely affects everyone, and in more ways than you may have even considered. Think about this. When you buy and start playing a brand new game, do you ever think about those games that you were playing before you got this one? The amount of games that I've accumulated for the Switch recently is starting to outweigh the number of games that I've actually completed. Not just played, but completed fully. Let's not count the hundreds of retro games that I have yet to actually play, or games on other consoles like Xbox or PlayStation, or even the PC. You can apply this to anything, but for the sake of staying on brand here, I'm focusing on the Nintendo Switch. There are many ways to manage and sort backlog. No one way is going to be perfect for every single person, which is why I'm going to share with you some of the steps I personally take in order to control mine. And you know, some might say the simplest solution is to stop buying games. Never! But since that's clearly not an option, we need to find a better way. And like I said, we're not dealing with one solution for everything. Rather, this is a mindset that you can apply to basically anything or any system. You want to determine your platform. This may seem like a pretty silly step, and since this is a Nintendo-focused channel, obviously I'm going to stick with the Switch for my examples. However, not all gamers are the same, which is why selecting one platform to start with will make this easier in the long run. You may find it useful to have your backlogged games for your specific platform sorted into their own list. Sure, you might have them saved in your favorite game collection tracking app, but they're very likely to get lost in the shuffle there, even if you've taken the time to sort them by played or unplayed. Having a specific list for games you have yet to play could be enough of a subconscious push to get them out of the way. While you're doing this, try also listing the games by genre, like shooters, platformers, RPGs, action-adventure, puzzle solving, and so on. We are all more than likely drawn to one style of game over the others, so having something that specifically calls out a list of our unplayed games in our favorite genre can be a huge help when it comes to chipping away at that backlog. Also, take this time to determine if you actually want to play some of these. I'm a collector as well, so I understand the mentality of buying things just to have them. Like this sealed copy of Cooking Mama Cookstar. I have absolutely zero intention of ever playing it. I only bought it because of the story behind its release, and because of that reason, I have left it off of my backlog list. Now, I know this is going to crush some people when it comes to displaying their games on a shelf or storing them wherever you store them, but it has been a major help to me. Some of you may have seen shots of my game room or loft area, and from that, you can probably tell that I like to have my games all displayed together fairly neatly. But in reality, this little step really put into view how bad my backlog really was. Take the games you consider to be part of your backlog and just set them somewhere else, separate from the other games on the same platform, somewhere you can clearly see how many you have yet to play. This isn't meant to serve as a self-shaming mechanism, but rather a visual representation of what you have yet to play, but at some point purchased because you had at least a little interest in it. Yes, the lull is real. The lull is that moment when you finish a game and realize there are no new games on the horizon. During this lull is the perfect time to revisit that stack of games that you set out away from all of the others, or check that list you made. Pro tip here when deciding which game from your backlog to play, take a chance with a game that is a different genre than the one you just finished. You'll have a better chance at avoiding massive burnout this way. For example, let's say you just completed an RPG after dumping 100+ hours into it. Do you really want to pick up another 100+ hour RPG immediately after? Or would you rather cleanse your palate with a 20-hour platformer or a short puzzle game? Of course, you do whatever you want to do. I'm just sharing my experiences and what has helped me. I know these steps aren't the be-all end-all of everyone's backlog woes, but these are what have helped me over the last year get my Switch backlog a little bit more manageable. It's still bigger than I want it to be, but it's much smaller than it was a year ago. Hopefully you can find something here that will help you destroy your own personal backlog, because in reality, I think that backlog may affect people a little bit more than they realize. If you have any additional pro tips on taming a wild backlog or want to know more about my process, leave a comment down there in that comment section below that like button. And until next time, take care everyone.